Hello and welcome to Outnumbered on Oweleke TV. It is a beautiful day right here and I can see the beautiful smile on your faces right there. Well, like we are smiling in the studio here. We are here to bring to you the headlines for today. My name is Ramsey Enoch and I have Rachel Abioye right here. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning, Ramsey.
Good morning, Michael Edikan.
Good morning, Ramson. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning, Michael.
All right, it's that time where we bring you to speed with the major headlines. And today we want to start with the Nation newspaper. The big story on the Nation newspaper this morning, I'm going to take that first. Below the header, you have it saying 37 billion naira, 385 million naira probe. All right, Sadia Eduba from traveling. You are aware of the issue, the 585 million naira. It's not a small money, but then the drilling continues. Then we have another headline here which says Tinubu orders court of presidents, vice presidents traveling team. You know, before now, it's been dozens of travelers, but now it's been cut down. And I think that's a good move in the right direction. Then finally, from the Nation newspaper, I have this headline which says River Assembly awaits Fubara's 2024 budget and others. That's the much you'll be taken from the Nation's newspaper this morning. You can just walk to the newspaper stand and pick the copy of the Nation's so you can look through it for any of these headlines that catches your fancy. All right, let's get to the next paper now.
Okay, good morning once again, viewers. On the Guardian newspaper, the big story here, which you can find on page 6 of the Guardian, says Nigerians want probe expanded to other poverty alleviation schemes. This is as regards the 585 million naira humanitarian scandal. Still on the Guardian newspaper, Tinubu slashes official trip expenses entourage by 60%. That can be found on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Supreme Court reserves judgment in Delta Plateau gubernatorial appeals. Still on the Guardian, the last story I'll be taking this morning says Army confirms arrest of soldier for insulting Sanwo Olu. You can find that on page 2 of the Guardian newspaper.
Right, from the Punch newspaper this morning has it, fake degree. Federal government probes 107 private varsities. You can find that on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. Also now, Nigerian health, Tinubu as president trims foreign trips entourage, coming on page 7 of the Punch newspaper this morning. NNPCL post over 2 trillion naira profit. You can actually find that on page 21. As a big story on the Punch today, has it humanitarian ministry scandals. EFCC seizes Edu former minister's passport as bank MDs grilled, suspended Minister Bad from traveling. You can get more of these stories from the Punch newspaper. And of course, also as it that Lagos police look into Tiwa Savage petitions against Davido. That can be found on page 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper this morning. You can ask your vendors so they can get more details on what is on the paper as of today, Wednesday, 10th of January 2024.
All right, thank you very much, Michael, for those headlines. Well, still bringing you to speed with the next headline, which is actually going to be the last for today, is the Daily Trust newspaper. And on the Daily Trust, we have some headlines. Tinubu orders reduction of officials on federal government trip by 60%. You can see that this headline is on almost all the papers today. Our prayer is that this shouldn't be an audio instruction. Well, it should happen like he has said it. Then this one says 8 motorists killed in Borno landmine explosion. That's it's coming from the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Then the very big story for today is saying EFCC grills Zenith, Jaiz, Providence Bank CEOs. All right, that is on the Daily Trust newspaper, and we have 2 riders to that story. The first rider said it's a routine invitation, say bank officials. Well, whatever happens, if it's a routine invitation, then something must be wrong somewhere. PDP, this is the second rider. PDP demands suspension of Tunji Ojo over 438 million naira contract. You can just pick the Daily Trust, the Daily Trust newspaper, and get more details, as we have other headlines right there that we can take right now. All right, let's go on a quick break. When we return, we will add our voice to the conversation, and that's going to be bringing you to speed with the big story for today. What is the big story? Very big story indeed. When we return, we will unveil the big story, then we add our voice to the conversation. My name is Ramsey, and it's been Rachel, and of course, Michael. We will be back.
Follow us on our social media handles at Uweleke TV. Visit our website at www.uweleke.tv for a thrilling journey. Uweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from that break. It is still outnumbered live on your screen. We said we're returning back with the big story. And this story is really big because sometimes you look at things happening in Nigeria and you begin to wonder, are these the only people guilty of certain things when some persons are being arrested, when accusing fingers are being pointed to some persons? I'm not trying to exonerate anyone. I'm not trying to say whatever anyone has done, be it Edu, be it Sadia, or whoever, Emefiele. I'm not saying they've done anything, right. Okay. I didn't say they are not guilty of what they are being accused of. Well, investigation is still going on. But then we have this big story coming from the Guardian newspaper, which says Nigerians want probe expanded to other poverty alleviation schemes, not just this one. Meaning we should look inside, inwards. Let's dig it deeper. Some other persons might, all right, be guilty of the same thing. And Nigerians shouldn't be carried away by all this drama. Okay? Now all eyes are on Beta Edu. We are not, try to understand this. We are not trying to say what Beta Edu have done, all the accusation, okay, is worth it. We're not saying, well, cutting away with 585 million naira is okay. That's not what we're saying. But then what we're saying is, according to this headline, more other person, they call it touchlighting. Let me use that word. Let's touchlight other areas, other persons, anything, any other scheme that has to do with poverty alleviation, because we know a lot of money had gone out in the name of poverty alleviation. Before you begin to talk about maybe this person, the trader money, you begin to talk about school feeding program, you begin to talk about, is it 5,000 stipend? You begin to talk about, and a whole lot of it. Let's touchlight. How was this money expended? We need to know. Nigerians need to know. That's what this headline is saying. And this statement is coming from someone that is so prominent, even though he is in the other party, talking about Avron Shaibu. He is in PDP. And one thing that I've discovered with this administration is the fact that a lot of persons are coming out to speak. Yesterday it was Peter Obi. Today is Frank Shaibu. Let's add our voice to the conversation. What do you think about it? Do you think other persons should still be brought to book? More digging should be done, or we should just focus on Beta Edu, get the money and forge ahead, or you feel nothing may even happen at the end of the day?
Okay, so Ramsey, I think it's good that we understand that the fight against corruption is not against Beta Edu. The fight against corruption is not against Halima Sadia. The fight against corruption is not against the former governor of CBN. Talking about what was his name again?
Godwin
Emefiele. Yes, it's not about these persons. It is for us to look inwards, like you said. It's not just this. If they arrest these persons, they recover the funds. How about the other persons? This one's it's not the tip of the iceberg. It's just the ones we know. And I'm so sure the federal government knows so many of them. I was going through the Guardian newspaper, and it says, Edu, that is Better Edu, claims that over 3 million households got 20,000 naira each during the Yuletide season.
Are you serious?
Yes, we're talking about audio rights a few days ago. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? We're talking about audio rights. Okay, the shared rights. And I said, I did not see any.
I didn't see it either.
On the papers was when I saw it. And now, again, today, I'm seeing 20,000 naira shared during the Yuletide.
I didn't.
During the Yuletide season. And it's shocking. Now, all of this money, I would say this. I would love for people to come out to say, I got the money. I would love for people. How many Nigerians, how many households got this 20,000 naira? And I'm so sure if we want to go to what was allocated, we're going to see millions of naira or billions of naira. Oh, we want to help the poor. We want to give women traders. We want to give them this and that. Whenever I say we hear, oh, the government wants to help widows or help women, what we see on the screen is sewing machine and grinding engine for like 20 or 30 women. We're talking about Nigerians. The federal government help women in Nigeria. You see like 50 women, they give them grinding machine, and then they say, oh, we helped women. And like I said, this is not a fight against these people. We should look inwards. Look, our money, we keep borrowing money every day. Our money is going into private pockets. Our money is going into the pocket of some Nigerians. And so, if the federal government wants to really fight this, it is not Better Edu. When I saw Better Edu's picture yesterday, sleeping, even though some people said this old picture and whatnot, I was like, oh, okay, so this woman just came into politics and she's already in EFCC custody. Now, there are so many of these persons. Let's even start from our president. Let's start from the top. Let's start from there, and then let's start coming down. Then you're going to know how much of Nigeria's money is in private pockets. So if you want to fight Better Edu, want to arrest, it is not enough. It is not even close to being enough. This is just 1% of our money, and we keep borrowing every day. How long is this going to continue?
How long is it going to continue? For how long would we continue to borrow money? And she said, this money, the painful aspect of it is the fact that this money go into private pockets. We don't get to see any capital project. Nothing is happening. The alleviation, the money that was being shared, I never got. She didn't get. Michael didn't. None of our relatives did. So where did this money go to? Let me ask you, Michael. I don't know. But then, this is one core area if you want to talk about poverty alleviation, because I don't know if it will be okay for me to use the word that Nigerians are poor. Okay, majority of Nigerians, just that a few of the elites, all right, have, and they've been selfish and greedy with what they have. As it is right now, do you think if more digging is being done, other persons will still be brought to book apart from Edu and Sadia that we have at this point in time?
Well, at first, I will say that our politicians are quite so very unfortunate that they're very insensitive and they lack conscience and they lack the interest of the people at heart. You know, just like we were talking yesterday, and of course still today, the fact that a Ministry of Poverty Alleviation and humanitarian works was created in Nigeria was to look into the affairs of the vulnerables. And a conscious Nigerian, a woman of substance, people that knows that people are suffering, people are hungry, are in that ministry. And they cannot relate to why the ministry was created. It's as simple as that. Have you seen the memo that the minister signed from the ministry stating people who were flying with her to these places, stating, doing the budgeting, the drafting and all of that? Quite ambiguous. Very, like, you see the memo, you understand that this is a clear robbery in the daytime. Very clear. So it is sad that the Ministry of Poverty Alleviation has now become a wealth expansion ministry. Very sad. People are expanding wealth when they were meant to alleviate, the common sense of Nigerians. So, at the time where we are talking of not just a do that is involved, they are quite sad. And to me, I've given the postulation that the excellence of the ministry has been battered, that it should be, as a matter of fact, be scrapped. Because the excellence is not being felt. Let people go back to their houses. If you cannot solve the problem, why then are you still there? It is sad that we are hearing these kind of stories. Just like you hearing story of money laundering from CBN. It's very scary. It's very scary. So it is sad that the minister that was created to arrest this has not been able to do anything. And then there's no point. It should be scrapped because poverty alleviation is now wealth expansion ministry.
All right, poverty alleviation. Instead of alleviating poverty, they inflict more poverty and pain on the people. Well, this is the bottom line. This is the much we will be able to take today. Like Rachel said, a lot of other persons need to be fished out. All right. And Michael has also said that, well, the essence of this ministry is being defeated. The reason why the ministry was actually instituted is not there anymore. They are not doing what they were created for. And something should be done. But then, if you want to talk about that, it means a lot of other ministries would have to be scrapped. Apart from Beta Edu and other persons like Sadia and Emefiele, more should be fished out. A lot of sanitation needs to be done in the various ministries and parastatals of the government. Thank you very much for keeping a date with us. It's been outnumbered, and this is the much we will be taking today. My name is Ramsey, and it's been Rachel and, of course, Michael. We'll see you again. Have a beautiful day. And, of course, you can always drop your comments in the comment section where we'll react to it much later. Bye-bye, and we'll see you again.